slugs really don't like salt. I sprinkled a few flakes beside this one, which was feasting on the eucalyptus seeds in this seed tray, and it took off like a greyhound out the traps. It's been very, very wet here in Ireland all summer and continuing into the autumn and now the winter, and even it's just soaking, really saturated now, the ground, after the last few days of rain. I'm not fussed about the slugs outside, these ones on the steps by the polytunnel, though they were becoming a real nuisance in the polytunnels here, munching their way through these Eucalyptus leucoxylon, and not just the leaves of the establishing plants but the seedlings as well, more or less wiping some of them out. However, the biggest impact has been in the grow room here in the seed trays, where I found one large slug had dined out on every single Eucalyptus ovata seed, so wiping out a complete seed tray. So what are my solutions? As I demonstrated at the very beginning, slugs really don't like salt. So I decided to mix up a brine solution, and this is the second time I'm going to be doing this. So my strong advice, having failed, or not failed, but struggled the first time, is to add 400 milliliters, and this is filtered water. It's not distilled water, it's filtered water, into a jug, and then I'm going to add 200 grams of pure sea salt. I don't think it really matters which brand you go for. I happen to use these for making sauerkraut, so I had them to hand. But as I say, pure sea salt or pure salt. And mix that up. Okay, there's maybe just a few, very few flakes there now, so another 50 milliliters. Before I spray this in the grow room there on the heated base, I wanted to find out what pH it would be. And I'm led to believe that a strong brine solution should be around 8.5, certainly 8. And this soil tester is reading 7. And I've tested the soil here and it reads 7 as well. So, in fairness to the soil tester here, switch it off. Let's try some litmus paper. Okay, so I would say that's probably about right, around about 7, which is remarkable because that is a very saturated brine solution, unless there's something in the water, acidic in the water here, which neutralizes it. They do put in quite a lot of chemicals, though that's filtered water, and I would have expected it to be reasonably neutral. Maybe a few flakes of salt in the bottom there, although it's pretty much dissolved everything. Brine is very corrosive, so I'm going to avoid all the electrics here. All the cabling in the heated base is plastic, rubber coated. But before I start, I'm also going to move these seed trays And as you can see, I've already had a go at this. But what I would say is spraying a brine solution is probably all you need to do. I went around and sprinkled, as you can see, salt flakes around the perimeter. I don't actually think that's necessary, judging by the reaction of that slug at the beginning of the video. The mere hint of any salt is enough to make them scarper. So I'd say just spraying a brine solution on any areas other than those that are actual plants, just to deter any slugs in the first place. This heated base has been fabulous. It's really worked out well. If you've been following me, then you'll know that I mixed up sand and cat litter to form these recesses for the seed trays. The cat litter was corn based, and therefore it's going to rot to some extent and harbour pathogens, bacteria, fungi. And also the sand was outside for quite a long time, and again probably has bacteria, unwanted parasites, harmful creatures that inhabit it. So hopefully this brine, spraying this brine, is also going to help neutralise all of those. The other method, technique of deterring, killing slugs is to use beer or alcohol. And apparently Stout is their preferred tipple, or the most effective tipple. So Ireland definitely is quids in here. So I changed the way I sow the seed and have these recesses where I'm putting these quiche trays, baking trays, and just filling them with Guinness. Slugs have been an issue in all of the polytunnels, including the seed trays, once I've put the seed trays out into the polytunnels to grow them on. So having seen just how averse slugs are to salt, I'm going to spray all the racking and the uprights and the bottoms of the polytunnel covers here with that brine solution. And now that I've manufactured some additional infrastructure and bought all these quiche trays to use the beer stout method for deterring, killing slugs, I'll continue to do so, though I'm reasonably confident that the salt solutions, excuse the pun, that I'm going to implement are going to be very effective at deterring slugs. Thanks a mil for watching. Good luck.